What's up, Bills Mafia? Training camp is right around the corner, man, so that can only mean one thing. We got to talk players that you boys excited about seeing this year. And I know that y'all got plenty that y'all gonna be excited about seeing as well. So let's talk about it. Hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. Now, for me, man, you know, it always starts with the quarterback. I want to see Visor Josh. I want that nice visor on, the reflective one for the training camp situation, man, just to make sure that he's cool, calm, and collected. But the reason why I want to see Josh, and I'm excited to see Josh in training camp, is because I need him to get these young guys developed, up to speed, ready to go. And I want to make sure that he isn't, doing any of those reckless throws. You know how he can do sometimes, man. Yeah, cut if you're giving me 10 reckless throws a game last year, give me like 6 of them this year. Can I get 5 of them this year, maybe? But it starts in training camp, man. And in all seriousness, though, man, I do want to continue to see him build that rapport that he's building with the Keon Coleman, with the Khalil Shakir, with the Dalton Kincaid, with the Dawson Knox, with the Curtis Samuel, right? I want to see him continue to build up and hope Chase Claypool continue to get his confidence back, right? But Josh is the guy that can do all those things. Josh is the leader of this team, and it starts with him. So that's why I'm most excited to see Josh, man, once training camp starts, man, because he got to get this thing rolling, start to finish. We ain't starting slow. Can't start slow, all right? But then after that, man, sticking with the offensive side of the ball, can I talk about that young running back who came on the scene last year and was cooking, no pun intended, but yes, James Cook is the player that I'm talking about, man. Pro Bowler, showed that he was not only just a excellent runner of the football, but could also catch the ball and be a mismatch, man, with the football in his hands, man. His run after ability showed up in a major way, and I'm excited for him because he takes a lot of that pressure off of Josh. He makes Josh trust him and believe that, hey, I don't have to play superhero football every single week. I can actually allow James Cook to be the best player on this field, which we saw in that Dallas game. We saw in multiple games last year, and we saw in the postseason, man, where he can make plays. James Cook is one of those guys, man, that to me, I think he's just scratching the surface in terms of what he's capable of. And I'm just glad that we got one of those ones, man. We got one of them guys. And that's going to help us out in a major way. So that's why James Cook is the guy that I'm also excited to see on the offensive side of the ball. Then after that, I got to go back to the young guy, man. Yeah, man. All right. I usually don't get excited about rookies. Usually I don't want to talk rookies. And I would say, man, give me Dalton Kincaid. Let's talk Dalton, man, because Dalton was already balling last year, and I know he's going to take another sophomore leap this year. But nah, man. I need to see Mr. Hey, man, I got this coat from Macy's right here. $79.99. Like, I need to see it, man. Keon Cole. I want to know, man. Because, the excitement is there. We obviously know that he was our first pick in the draft. Not a first rounder, but our first pick. So it felt good, man. 33rd overall. And yeah, we need to know, man, can you ball? And not just can you ball, but can you ball? Because like we had Stephon Diggs here as the one, and we know that those are big shoes to fill. And we're not expecting Keon to fill them by himself in year one. But I do want to see playmaking. I do want to see consistent mismatch type situations being exploited with him in the sense of his ability to get the jump balls, his ability to operate out of the slot. I think that those are going to be big things that Josh hasn't really had, at his disposal. Because when you think about how Diggs played, Diggs is a smaller receiver, and that's more of an accuracy and more of a, we have this rhythm, we're on the same page type of dynamic. Whereas with Keon, it's going to be more of a, you can put it up in the air, he's going to go make you right. And that's the thing that I think for Josh is going to be a breath of fresh air. But Keon is going to have to show that he can consistently do that. And it's one thing to do it in shirts and shorts and OTAs. It's going to be another thing totally different when you're putting on those shoulder pads and you having to do it out there at training camp, man. So that's the part for me, man, that I'm really excited to see with Keon. And if he can, take that step. But from there, man, now we're going to go to the defense side of the ball. Matt Milano, baby. Yes. I'm eager. I need to know, right? We know he's the all-pro. We know he's a beast. We know when healthy, man, that's one of the best linebackers in the league. But we also know that he sustained a very gruesome leg injury last year, across the pond playing versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it sucked, everything that transpired after that. I mean, he was a big part of our defense, man, the playmaking, the tackling, the leadership. And we're going to need that again. Now, all signs are, pointing to him being available and being good to go. And we want to just see, man, as he's working his way back in training camp, what does he look like, man? Is he still that same fast player that can play with reckless abandonment, that makes a lot of plays, that creates splash turnovers? Because if he's all those things still, then, man, I think that him and this other linebacker that I'm about to talk about are going to form an excellent 1-2 punch. But we got to make sure that he's healthy, man. And like I said, man, it's never a guarantee when you come back from a leg injury, especially the type that Matt sustained. So we will just have to wait and see with that, man. But big time salute to him. And that's why I'm excited to see him, man, because he is a monster on the field when healthy. But now the last guy, man, that, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing, especially in training camp, man, is Terrell Bernard. We know last year, man, was his first real opportunity to take over that starting role, replacing replacing Tremaine Edmonds, right? And I thought that he did an exceptional job. Over 130 plus tackles, man. Had the 6.5 sacks, if I remember correctly, a couple of interceptions, and just across the board, man, was a playmaker. Kind of surprised us as well, man. But we know, man, high-end draft pick for us a couple of years ago, and now got that opportunity, really show what he could do. I want to see, man, if he can get a full season next to Matt, man, them dudes I think could really be a special tandem. I also want to see him stay healthy as well, man, because we know at one point, man, everybody's getting banged up out there on defense. But Terrell, man, I just think that for him, man, he has brought a lot to the table and is a very different style of player than Edmonds. Edmonds, we know, was the mutant standing out there at inside linebacker. You look at Terrell, he's a little bit smaller, quicker, but the production is there. And I think that, man, that dude, I think he's ready to take another step, man. But I hope that it's with him and Matt out there, man, because I think it's just some of the elite linebacker tandems that we've seen in the league and what we've even experienced here in Buffalo. I think that Matt and Terrell, man, they can be just like that also, man. So that's so that's why for me, man, I'm excited to see him as well. But you know the drill, man. You guys let me know your thoughts though on the players that I mentioned, but more importantly, man, who are some players that you're excited to see this year in training camp, man? We know we got some more offense, some more defense. Don't be scarce. All right, give me some names. Don't hog it all. Share. But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in. And just remember this one thing. Don't nobody circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.